In this next video, I'm going to show you how to take an experience as a user or a member of Convene. So the experience that I'm going to do is this one, after practices and games, and I'm going to use this example because we're going to use this for this video. We're also going to use it for the review video of how to review an experience. So I'm going to click on this and it's going to open it up, and I'm going to be able to read what the experience background is, and I can decide at that point whether I want to take it or not take it. If I do, I'll assign and launch it. So I just launched the experience, so I'm now in the experience. And as you learned before in some of the create videos, the background information is the overarching big guidance of what your experience and what your situation is. So we're going to hit continue as if we've gone through that and you've read it. And then we're going to get to the experience, and now it puts you in the situation. So in this particular situation, I'm a parent. I'm in the car with my child after they've been at practice or in a game, and it hasn't gone so well for them. And so we're going to answer the questions and go through it as we go to the next area. So you'll see again all questions for Convene. They're open-ended questions. That means the who, what, when, where, why. We want to be able to answer how we would handle the situation in the experience. So in this particular one, I'll just read the first question. I won't read the rest of them, but in this particular scenario, what are you inclined to do considering it bothers you that your child can't seem to score a goal? So this could be any situation that might be in a Convene experience. And so this one just happens to do with soccer. So in this situation, I'm just going to put, I would see if they were bothered. Okay, I'm going to hit submit. And the rest of the questions are just like that. So I'm just going to write test in here because I can remove those later. And I'm going to go to the next question. So you'll see that they're all open-ended questions like this. And so we're going to move through. I think there's about 5 questions in this experience that somebody wrote, and it's a really good one. And then I'll write test in here again. And then in the last one. Okay, obviously you would want to answer, how you felt like you would handle that experience. And you'll see that here in this section, you can come in and you can click on it. If you don't like your answer after you've thought through the process and gone through the other answers, you can edit your answers in this area right here. So we're just going to move on to the next area. And this is a great area because what you're going to see is what everybody else wrote. And you can see that in this experience, quite a few people have done it. And that's one of the most amazing things about Convene, is that you're able to see how other people would handle the experience. And the key thing when you're talking about decision making and how to handle experience, the way each of us might handle it might be different. And it doesn't mean that the other person is wrong. It actually means that we can learn from others' experiences, and then we can move on and maybe make better decisions as we go along. So you can see that quite a lot of people have done it. I'm going to go ahead and just skip through the answers because you'll see it's for all the questions. And what you'll see here too is a rating system. And let me just show you this. I should have shown you this as I started, but I can come through and I can read people's answers and I can rate their answers 1 through 5 stars. Now what you're going to eventually be able to do is to sort and look at the 5-star answers. And if you get some answers like a test or a yes or no that doesn't give you any information, you can just skip through that and or rate it low so you don't have to look through that in the future. Okay, and you'll see that some people put yes, no for this question, and they would all be rated really low in my mind because that doesn't tell you anything. Okay, all right, so continuing to move through. All right, so the next question is, what lesson did you learn? Okay, what this really means, and this is an important area. What it's asking you is, after reading everybody's answers, did you learn anything about how you would handle the situation maybe differently from the other individuals who participated in the experience? So did you learn anything from the other answers inside the experience? Okay, again, I'm going to put test here so we can just move through it. and then it's going to take you to the actual lesson learned. This is written by the author, whoever wrote the experience, and you can see in this case, he takes you out to a website called Changing the Game Project, and it's talking about an actual blog that's written about the ride home after a game or practice. And here down below, you can see where other people had gone in and they had talked about how they might handle the situation after going through all the lessons or all the answers from others. The last section that you come to in Convene is the discussion board. So you can see here that people have answered in 2 different discussion boards here. I'm going to show you this one, and this one is actually written by one of the participants in the discussion board. Okay, so this is a great thing because now this particular person who wrote in here, there was actually some dialogue that went back and forth about this situation that they were dealing with their child. And you can see that it gets a little bit lengthy, which is great because that dialogue went back and forth. And remember, in any section, you can add another discussion board topic. So I could come in here right now and I could say, how would I handle it, so to speak. All right. So I'm not going to do that right now, but I could still add it if I wanted to, go a little bit further. Okay, and that's the end. And we'll get into how you go back in and review other people's answers because, for example, what if you're the first one to answer the question? Or what if you want to go back in, a couple of days later and see how other people would handle it? You'll see up here that you'll get notifications, and this is when other people have completed an experience that you've either written or been assigned to or have done. All right, so I'm going to return to the dashboard, and I look forward to see you in the next video.